So, welcome to my second video in the series regarding the suitability of Salesforce's Agent Force for SME businesses, the type of businesses that I consult to, particularly in the UK. And it's mid-February 2025. And yeah, interesting time because we've just kind of finished the Salesforce end of year January, so everyone goes kind of very intense inside Salesforce then on closing business, and they don't communicate an awful lot. And I did notice a big kind of drop off in the messages that were I was being deluged by right up to the kind of Christmas period regarding Agent Force. So still getting them, but not quite as much. So we're now into February, and things are probably starting to open up a little bit. But we're certainly over the initial kind of big razzmatazz stage of Salesforce and Agent Force, moving into something a slightly different phase now. So all the questions I had regarding Agent Force are still very much there, regarding costings and so on. And I've just started to notice a little bit of, I wouldn't call it negative, but certainly a bit of dissent in messaging coming up. So I've got a video above here, which is Salesforce Ben, who did a video a couple of weeks back now, so kind of early Feb time, regarding Agent Force and, is it worth the hype and so on. And as expected, I didn't expect them to totally diss the product because, Salesforce Ben are reliant on that as an ecosystem and a good relationship with Salesforce. But they weren't exactly gushing over there. There were certainly some questions to be answered, on there. So, not 100% seal of approval as such. Still a lot to be had. And I did notice also a couple of comments coming up on LinkedIn. I'll just go and see if I can show you those now. Just bear with me a sec. So hopefully I'll pull up a couple of screenshots that I took from LinkedIn. One came in today, actually. It's one on the right-hand side. So we're on the kind of 19th of February now. And this one from a few days back. This one's kind of criticizing the hype of the demos that Salesforce give you, which are the use case. And it's, a reasonable use case, but it's kind of about a chat bot. Now, forgive me, but, chatbots and intelligent style chatbots have been around quite a long time. But I programmed one probably about 4 years ago for my son's business, for, it's an education business, which are very much, if they give this answer, then route them through to this particular router and so on. Now, albeit the one that Salesforce are looking at here is using, the AI intelligence to search the database to give the answers back. But it's still pretty much fairly uninspiring in that, if I'm going to be paying, a lot of money for a system and I've got all this hype about AI, is chatbot the best example you can give me? So, there's a little bit of dissent about that. And then I've noticed also a bit of dissent, regarding kind of costs. And so this is a UK posting. So he's transcribed that into a kind of a UK cost of £1.60 per conversation. What is a conversation? And brought up quite a good point in that to get actually great conversations going on, you've got to do a lot of back end work. So, most people, when you go and look at their Salesforce org, the data needs quite a lot of work in sorting out and making sure that, it's not full of kind of bloatware and duplicates and, all that type of stuff going on. So you've got to make sure that, if you're asking the AI to get an answer, it's got a reasonable pool of data to bring the answer back on. Again, that's kind of another interesting one. And I think the point he's making is, it's not just the cost of the £1.60 or $2 per conversation. There's a lot of work to get to the point to make it worthwhile to do that. And so that's kind of a hidden cost that people need to think about. So I'm going to continue down the road. I'm going to, take a few more of the kind of trailheads regarding the AI. It's still very, very difficult for me as a developer, particularly that I'm, not an official partner of Salesforce, for me to get my hands on things I can actually go and practice with and have a look at kind of building use cases for clients. That seems to be really, really hard. I'm assuming that's because, whilst you're using AI, you're generating costs because you're using a consumption model, and Salesforce don't want to hand those out all over the place. So I kind of understand that, but it's kind of frustrating as well. And I'm also still seriously looking at, other AI tools to use in collaboration with Salesforce. So you use ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Anthropic, etc. Where you could use those as such. So watch this space. Be interested in kind of your feedback and comments on that, particularly if you're kind of UK based and you're working in that kind of SME space, or you're an SME client thinking about kind of Agent Force. Drop me a line and let's have a conversation about it. So that's it for today. Hope you got something out of that, and I'll catch you in the next episode.